Green grass equals get rich long term is what I'm going to be titling this one. And what I'm going to go over today is 3 different ways that keeping your grass green at your house does actually get you rich long term over time. But before we get into all that, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those fun things that really help grow the channel, support small business in Wichita, and keeps giving you all this knowledge and opportunity that you have for our local market with everything. So there's 3 things that I'm going to go over today, and then a 4th bonus one at the end if you stick around all the way to it, and we'll go from there. Just as far as throw a little extra one in there with it all. But the first thing that I'm going to go over to keep your grass green is how you really protect your wealth over time in your house. And this is kind of on my homeowner series, where a lot of people are either homeowners currently or they want to be homeowners, and there's some things they do or don't know about owning a home and the construction that goes with it and real estate and taking care of your home over time, which is what a lot of this is going to be centered around, which is if you take care of your home, you take care of your wealth. And it's this saying right here that goes with it that says, like, if you take care of your real estate will take care of you. But what many people are largely underprepared for, that I've seen from walking through their houses, talking through them, of looking at their current house, they're getting ready to buy a house, is all the things that go into owning a home. It's not just buy a house and then treat it like crap. You got to really know how to take care of it, how to preserve it, how to maintain it. Some things that make sense to hire out, other things you need to do yourself, and all the different things that go into that. But this one's going to be focused on green grass, because Wichita loves green grass. Homeowners love green grass. And you may view the expense or the hassle of dealing with grass as not worth it. But what we've seen is that it definitely is worth it. And one of the first ways that we recommend for how to keep your grass green is, if you can afford it, or if our house already has it, is to get a well and a sprinkler system installed. If you're from Kansas, this is great. You kind of already know about this. If you're not, you don't. If you don't own a house, you don't. And these wells, kind of how they work is they go down a certain amount of feet in the ground to reach the aquifer of the water table, and they drill until they reach water. And sometimes that could be 40 feet, 60 feet, 80 feet, 120 feet, but they go until they hit water. And when they hit water, they stop. And typically these well companies charge by the foot how far they got to drill down. And they don't entirely know until they start drilling, but they will tell you a price up front of, here's how much it is per foot on everything. But I've seen them come anywhere from like $2,000 to $3,000, all the way up to like $8,000. Just depends on how far down they got to go, what's in the way, what's going on with that. This is really where the geologist side of things comes in. But drilling a well is really the largest expense of a well. That well would drill all the way down to where the water table is at. It pumps water up out of the ground to a spigot, to your irrigation system. And typically you just want to run them as an irrigation system, because when you start running them into the house for drinking water, you have to start adding in a pressure pump, water softener, filtration systems, all of these other things that, in my opinion, it makes more sense just to use city water for your drinking, and then your well for irrigation for your grass, your landscaping, all those sort of things. So your well is definitely one of the biggest ones that we can help advise you on to keep your grass green and protect your wealth here in Wichita, because it does matter. You may not think of this when it comes to your house, because you're thinking of the physical structure of the house and not necessarily the grass. And also with the grass is a sprinkler system, if you can afford it, or put one in, or it comes with the house. These are pretty large considerations to take into account with what's in a house, what's not, and then keeping it well maintained over time to protect your wealth. And this is why I said get rich long term, is because the more you take care of your house, take care of your grass, take care of all of those things, you're going to be taking care of your equity also, is what you're doing with that. And the sprinkler system is one of the most manageable, efficient, convenient ways to do this, is to have it set up on an automation, with how much we love automations these days, and have it go at a regular time, monitor that watering on and off throughout the year. Yes, you have to get them blown out, maintenance, all those kind of things, but a well and a sprinkler system goes a long way for keeping your grass green in order to preserve your wealth of your house. And it doesn't necessarily make your house sell for more It just makes your house more desirable, up to market standards, to a place where buyers would be willing to pay the price that you're asking because the grass is green. Because I know there's people that are like, the grass isn't green, doesn't have good landscaping, all those things are with it. Like, I don't want to buy the house. Or if they're like, man, I really like the grass, I really like the landscaping, I like what they did with the place, feels homey, we're going to continue that. They will buy the house for the price. Even though appraisers don't see it that way, buyers do. So that's something to take into account is green grass doesn't matter, especially in Wichita. Number two, this is a cool one. I am not paid by these people. I'm not an influencer. I'm not sponsored. I'm none of that stuff. I'm just your local real estate agent that's in your community that lives here with you. And I found this solution for my dog, which is, I don't know if you can see that, a pet acid neutralizer by Zesty Paws Stay Green Bites. And it actually helps his gut out. So it helps to eliminate or to neutralize the acid in his urine so that way when he goes out and peas on the grass, you're not seeing a bunch of those yellow spots everywhere. And these things I think are like 30 bucks and there's like 90 soft chews in here. You just give them one a day. So for $10 a month, you can keep your grass from not getting yellow. And I feel like I'm doing an infomercial now. Oh, wait, there's more with whatever that guy was, Bob Vila, whatever it is, like feeling like a dang product, like TV show guy, which I'm not. I'm an agent. I just use these videos to help display value to you guys as if I was in person also. So Zesty Paws Stay Green Bites is one thing I recommend to help neutralize the acid in your dog's urine, but also make sure you read the ingredients on the back, make sure they can take them, consult with your vet first to make sure that all this is okay for your dog's health over time. But I've definitely seen these to work really well, and Blue loves eating them. He eats them like they're a treat. I can open it up, show you, like they're just a little heart-shaped thing. Looks like a little dog treat. Blue boy, you want a treat? There you go. Come here. Sit, sit, sit. Good boy. He ate it. You want to see the people on the camera? Here, come here. Come say hi. Say hi. Say hi. This is my blue boy. He says, yeah, that was good. I ate it. I liked it. And I'm not going to pee on the grass and make it yellow. I'm going to be a good boy. See ya. See how much dog hair I got on me now. You can't see it on the video, but I just got dog hair all over me. So anyway, the pet acid neutralizers are the second one we recommend. Number three, this is one you want to do in the fall time, which is to overseed and fertilize every year. You might buy a house, it looks cool, it's got all these cool features about it, it's got really green grass. You got to keep it that way though. And the first two ways are a good way to do it, but then the third one is that, let's say you got patchy spots, you got thin grass, so your grass isn't really growing like you want it to. Overseeding and fertilizing each year goes a long ways. You can buy the products at any of your local nurseries or home improvement stores. Buy a little hopper pusher that you walk around the yard, spreads it around, and that's going to overseed your yard and also fertilize it. If you really want to go further in the extent, you go verticut the yard, which you can rent this device that basically just puts a bunch of slices in your yard so that fertilizer and grass can get down in them and take root a little bit better. But you want to do this in the fall, typically when it starts to cool down and the temps are better and you got some rain, and then you got to water it too. But if you overseed and fertilize every year for your grass, it keeps it green, protects your wealth, protects your equity in your house. And honestly, it's just a very enjoyable thing. There's something about a yard that just is a pride of ownership thing of keeping it green, sitting out on your backswing like I do, sitting on your front porch, looking at your green grass and what you own. And there's a peace of mind and an emotional equity that goes with that too, not just a financial equity that goes with it. So overseeding and fertilizing each year, that's my third strategy. And then the fourth bonus one that goes with this is we see this in the real estate values and buyer and consumer behavior. Landscaping does make a difference. Even though the appraiser may not value the landscaping or the grass or all those things that come with it, buyers do. Because buyers will pay a higher price or a premium or more for a house or value that landscaping, that grass, that sprinkler system, the well, all those things that go into the value of a house that comes with it. Even if an appraiser doesn't necessarily see it, the buyers do. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, real estate is worth what a buyer's willing to pay for it and a seller's willing to sell it for. And we can either have cash or the appraisal financing to back it up. And so even though some of these things aren't directly quantified on the appraisal report, what we're seeing from buyer behavior is that they're willing to pay for these things. And if they can get the appraisal and the loan to back it up, then that's what it's worth. And even sometimes when the appraiser won't give you the amount that you want because they're really working for the bank to give the loan, to see what the bank will give you a loan on, people will put in their cash themselves, just like they did during COVID, or they'll start to put more cash into the real estate market above and beyond the appraisal. And this is where we see appreciation actually comes from. Because if appraisers start looking at cash transactions that go on, and I don't just mean all cash transactions, they see consumers putting more cash into the market than the appraised value. They go, that's appreciation. The market values it because now that one new comp that appraised for more because a buyer put more cash into the house, doesn't have to be all cash. They put more cash into that house. That sets a new benchmark for all the other houses in that area for that appraiser and every other appraiser after the fact to go, well, I guess this area is more valuable. People are willing to pay more and put their own cash into this market in this area. I guess that's where we need to start assessing values at. So that's the fourth bonus, that landscaping does make a difference, and also a little bit how the appraisal system works that I figured out that I know on everything, because that's really what you pay me for. And what my value is we're knowledge brokers. We're not necessarily just door openers like people think we are. You know, we're knowledge brokers, but at the end of the day, even if I have the knowledge, the experience, all these things, you pay me for the value of the result that I can get you. So I use all this knowledge, all this value that I have to get you the result, and ultimately only pay me if I get the result. Which that's a whole nother topic. I'm going to cut it off at that with everything, but that's the 3 ways and the bonus way that keeping your green grass helps you get rich long-term over time and taking care of a home. Hopefully this has helped you kind of learn either how to be a homeowner better or still maintain being a good homeowner. You can get these things on Amazon, by the way. These are my favorite. You just go look them up. Zesty Paws Stay Green Bites. Like I said, don't get paid or sponsored or influencing that crap, just being helpful with everything. So appreciate you watching. As always, check out some other videos. If you want to get a hold of me, there's plenty of links down below to do so. And look forward to talking with you soon one day. See ya.